whatever else.
I do like that we were talking about last night.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and I like the fact that it hits on the teenagers level, our level,
Mm-hmm.
my dad's, the adults. I
Yeah.
want to say adults, senior adults,
Senior
way
adults.
up there. My dad's dad.
Yeah.
and
our grandparents.
there's like when I teach. We'll talk about that one.
Yeah, we'll
That's
talk
good.
about it. Yeah.
That's good. All right.
We're already getting excited.
Yeah.
I
See,
like
there it is, and there's the jumping
Yeah.
point. And if it's 15 minutes, like a bonus episode, it could be 20, 30, hour,
Right.
whatever
Just
you
a
want to
little
be.
bonus.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. A little filler,
The
a little
bonus
tease.
round.
Doing a little tease today.
Yes, the bonus round.
Do we get money?
I don't know if we are. I don't know where it's coming from. Hey, you guys,
Yes.
You
These
could-
guys right here.
you could pay for the bonus round.
Ooh.
I don't know. That sounds like it. Does that sound bad?
You know, in the olden days, no. You know, when we're, again, talking about ruined lives. And our ruined lives, no. I think now it kind of depends on what we're saying it and what context.
Right. Yes. Well, I'll tell you this: if somebody were to give to the show, which we said this in the past,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't go to me. It wouldn't go to Byron. It wouldn't go to Bobby. It wouldn't go to anybody at First Baptist. I'll tell you where it goes. If you were to give to the show, it would go in the show. It would just
Into
go
the
back
show.
into itself.
Yes.
It's kind of like the setup we have. We got a new camera. We've got different things that we've added. It's because people have donated in the past, and we've been able to get stuff. And some of it just comes out of funds
Right.
that
right.
we have here in the church. But no, it never, ever. If anything, I'll spend my own money.
Right.
Like when we boost posts
Mm-hmm.
and things like that, it comes from me or Byron's pockets. It doesn't
Right.
come from the church or anything else. It comes from us. So if anything, we've spent quite a bit of money
To get
just
it going.
just to get it going on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
So I've received $0 or cents.
Zero.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So the better this setup looks and the better our show gets, it's because of you.
Absolutely. It's all about the fans.
It's all about the fans.
Yes.
And today it's going to be all about God.
All about God. I
Right.
like it.
We'll be back. All right, so today we're going to be talking about something we were speaking about last night. But before we talk about that, how's your day been?
My day's been really good.
Yeah.
I started off doing a little physical therapy this morning. Man, I love going physical
So-
therapy days.
Physical therapy for me, it was good for me.
Mm-hmm.
I dreaded doing it because of
Yes.
the pain that I
Yes.
was in.
But the pain is a good pain compared to the pain
Mm.
before you go. So, yes, you are in pain. But by going to the therapy and you're working out your shoulder, for me right now, it's my neck, you get to realize like it is very painful while they're doing it. But then afterwards, you're like, you get that immediate relief. And
Right.
You're like, oh, man,
See,
that feels good.
with me, the only physical therapy I've ever had was on my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a torn bicep that they went and repaired. I had rotator cuff damage. Oh, it was a big surgery. I got
Yeah.
4 different points that they had to go into my shoulder.
Right.
And that I've broke my jaw in 2 places. I've had hernia surgery. I've had all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only about to be 40. And oh man, it's next week. I turn 40
I
years
know.
old.
You're
What's
getting old.
happening?
You're getting old.
And I would say I'm still young. Either I'm still young. Okay.
Yes.
40's not that bad, right?
Because if you're old, then I'm
That's what I'm
old.
saying.
So, no, we're not old.
40's not that bad. But it was such a big deal. And I remember I was in a sling before I started doing therapy, and I stayed in the sling a couple weeks too long.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started working on me, I mean, it looked like my right arm was like a chicken wing. It was so small.
Right. You
And
start trying to like pull it up
Yes.
and you're like,
do
"Oh."
this,
Yeah.
stretch the arm out, every
Yeah.
little motion, and they'd make me do
Mm-hmm.
that. I can still feel that today just because of the stuff
Yeah.
I've had done in there.
Yeah.
But I forget there's people that aren't watching or listening. So there's a lot of different motions you can make with your arm.
With your
during-
shoulder and your
Yes.
arm. And you're like, ooh.
And they'll
man.
make you like put your forearm up against the door.
Yep.
And you got to push it back. It's all these things. Well, towards the end, I remember them just trying to open my arm up. It felt like it was breaking my arm. And I'd almost ask them to stop. It was so bad.
Yeah.
And I knew I had to do it. So I went through it. And about a month in, they had me to where I'd get a broomstick, and it's bench pressing a broomstick. And I remember the left one obviously comes right up. And I remember that right side, man, I would fight
You're
it.
just
I would
fighting it the whole
fight
way.
it.
Yeah.
I thought there's no way that I can't
Yeah.
get this broomstick up.
Right.
And it wasn't. It was a mixture of the weight and the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hated it. I hated it.
Yeah.
And there's a point where you're thinking, I'm never going to be the same. My right arm is going to be a twig the rest of my life because there's no way it's going to get built back up.
Yeah.
And thankfully, it's back proportionate and it's
Yeah.
not as in much pain anymore. But yes, it gets you to the point where it is in that good place.
Right.
But I had surgery because I'd fought it for years, and I would roll. And every time I would roll on my right side of my sleep, it would hurt. It hurt during the day. I was just always in pain with it. I was like, I'm going to the doctor, and they did all the CT scans and stuff. And they're like, yeah, you're going to have surgery on that.
You got to do it.
So anyways, long story short, physical therapy. Some people love it. I wasn't one of the ones that loved it, but I'm glad we have it. And I'm thankful for the people that do it.
Yes.
Oh, man, because there's just no way without them.
Oh, no, not at all.
But it's something I didn't look forward to. It's kind of like getting your shots. It's like you need to get these to stay healthy. Oh, man.
I got to get shots.
I don't look forward to this.
Yeah,
it's good for me, but
Right.
I don't look forward to it. But, yeah, so you just got out of physical therapy today.
Just got out of physical therapy. My neck feels, I still got the knots in my right side, but definitely not as much as I did even on Monday.
Right.
So, I mean, you could feel that it's getting better.
Is that something you're going to have to do for the rest of your life, or is that just a couple months thing?
Not really quite sure yet. So I go back to see my doctor in October, and he's going to reevaluate and reassess how everything is looking. But, full disclosure, I'm 100% disabled from the military from my time in there. And I got shoulders, backs, knee issues. And, I thought a lot of the numbness and the tingliness in my arms were from my shoulder injuries.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until this VA doctor was like, hey, let's look at your neck. Like, let's start with your neck. And I was like, no, man, like, it's my shoulder. Like, my neck is fine. It's my shoulder.
Right.
And he was like, oh, no, man. He goes, we need to actually start with your neck. And he goes, everything goes down, your nerves and everything go down from there.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Knees and toes, And so I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's start it. And so, again, the first day of physical therapy, this was about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
For my neck, the lady that was working with me, she was like, all right, turn left. So I turned left really good. And, I'm over there talking. And she was like, turn right. And I was like, barely turn my head. She was like, no, like really turn right. And I was like, I did turn right. And she was like, no, like I need you to turn right. And I was like, I'm looking as far right as I can go, not realizing that I can't really turn.
So you're not like an owl. You can't just.
Well, now I can. Now I can actually turn to the right because they've been working on the blockage that was on my right side of my neck that I didn't even know I had. And then the other thing they were talking about was my posture. They were saying that, look straight ahead. And I was looking straight ahead, and my head was canted to the right, and I never realized that my head was canted to the right. And it came because of all the blockage and everything that was on my right side.
Right.
I wasn't able to pull my neck up to be straight.
Right.
So I've been working with them for about a month now, and unbelievable how far I can move my neck and not, never even realized I had limitations with it.
Sound like the original Batman, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I got to keep everything still.
Right, yeah. No, that's good, man. I'm glad that you're getting that worked on. Best Batman. I'm going to say Michael Keaton just because 90s. That's who I grew up with.
I grew up with that too, and I always thought that, him with the original Jack Nicklaus Joker was probably the best one.
You're going to say Dark Knight, aren't you? With Christian Bale. He's the best. I'm not going to lie. Okay. When it comes to the acting on it, yes, he's the better one. Nostalgia is the reason It
really was. That. And then,
So best Joker.
Best Joker for me is Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
The way that he was able to portray the Joker, because I remember the Joker as a kid was a very funny, Joker.
Yes.
And for him to put that dark twist on it, especially during that time in my life of in the military and the darkness that we were doing over there with the different stuff, man, I really vibed with that darkness of the Joker. And so I really liked that portrayal of the Joker.
Yeah.
Rather than the funny Joker.
So Jack Nicklaus,
man, he's a phenomenal actor, though.
He's okay. So he's number 2 then.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So with me, if I was being honest, who I think did it best, same with you.
Yeah.
But the one I enjoy it'd be the first one because when I watch it, I'm a kid again, and I'm watching it, and I get that same vibe, and it was creepy to me. In the '90s when I watched early '90s when that came out, 90s. I remember it scared me, like the opening scenes where the robbers are on the roof, and it's so stupid. I watch it now, it doesn't scare me at all. But when I was 5 years old or 6 or however old I was, I remember it kind of creeped me out.
Well, I mean, that's like Jaws.
Yes,
Jaws. When I was a kid, I was terrified of Jaws. And you watch it now, and you're just like, man, the action, the anime, like everything they're doing with it, you're like, oh man, that's so funny.
Yes.
But as a kid, I was terrified of Jaws.
Like the end of the movie where he gets at the end of the boat.
Yeah, he comes with the boat.
I looked away when I was a kid. I'm like, oh no.
And you're like, oh.
Look away from it. But you watch it as an adult. Movie that scared you as a kid, like terrified you as a kid, but as an adult, you're like, this is stupid.
Oh.
Like, this is just dumb.
Man. I'd probably say Chucky.
Oh, yeah. I think that scares some adults.
So I had a Chucky doll when I was about 5 years old. And so when I watched Chucky and then having a Chucky doll, like I got rid of the Chucky doll. I was like, nope. Then I would say probably the other one was Gremlins.
Yes.
Gremlins.
That's me. I loved Gremlins. That was my favorite movie, and it scared me the first couple of times, but I watched it a lot. Gremlins 1, 2, I think there's a 3.
I think 3, yeah.
I'll tell you which one I think of. When I watch it now, it's stupid, but it kept me up at night, and you're going to like this. I think. I don't know. You might not. Tremors.
Oh.
Man.
We were talking about Tremors the other day.
That's right, yes. Oh, that's terrified me as a kid. I would be like looking at the ground, and my mom at one point, it's not real, Jared. It's like, you don't know that.
You don't know. It could be coming up a giant earthworm coming out of the ground and eating me.
Yes. Oh, man. That terrified me. And I would use that with my kids. I remember Bella, she's 17 now, my daughter. So I told her, but she'd never seen the movie, nothing like that.
Yeah.
And I would tell her about, we have graboids out here. And said, what is that? And I said, well, you can see the little lumps. That's where they surface. And I said, they'll come up out of the ground and they're these big worms, and they're huge, like big as a house.
Yeah.
And they'll pull down cattle and stuff. Like vehicles go missing, people. And you just never hear about it. And I showed her these little lumps because there's in a pasture you're going to see lumps on there.
Everywhere. Yes.
I said, that's where they were, and she believed it for a long time. And she said, well, what do I do? Is like, you stand completely still, and they go off vibrations on the ground, just like the movie.
Yeah.
Everything. And she was convinced. And my mom, her grandma, she had to convince her that they're not real. She argued with her for a little while. Said, Bella, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And I had Bella convinced that my dad was a werewolf, and that night, and that mom had to lock him up when the full moon was out, and that's why we didn't see him sometimes. I mean, I was that dad, man. I still am.
You got, O Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox.
Yes. That scared me when he started. And everybody's on top of him. You can't see him yet, and then he comes out, and everybody's looking at him all crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
That was me. It scared me as a kid. It was like that diesel roar. I'm like, what's happening?
Right. What are you doing right now?
When did that movie come out?
Oh,
80s?
I think that one was like 82.
Okay.
It was early 80s.
Yeah, it was right before I was born.
Yeah.
Within 5 year span before I was born.
Yeah.
Because I remember growing up watching it from as early as I can remember.
Yeah.
And then there's actual 70s and 60s movies that are scary, like The Shining. I think
Oh, The Shining.
That's one of them.
That
was a little bit drawn out, though, to be a kid. You can't really watch that. As an adult, it's trippy. But
what was it? Poltergeist? Man. But yeah, I don't know why, but like as a kid, like I guess I enjoyed watching scary movies. And then as an adult, I was like, no, I don't really feel like watching a scary movie.
That's me. I love scary movies growing up.
Yeah.
And now I'm not so much. Now I like action, which I've always loved action movies. Right. The not dramatic, but the ones with plot twists and things like that, where you really got to think.
Well, you got to think about it, and that twist at the end, you're like, "Oh, I never expected it to be that person."
Yes, and I hate it when I'm right. Like,
yes,
dang it, I've seen that the whole time.
Yeah,
but I like it when I don't see it.
Exactly, because the whole time you're like, "Oh, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be this."
Right. Have you seen The Sitter? I think that's what it's called. It's where the kids go with their grandparents for the weekend.
No.
Watch it. I'm not even gonna say anything.
Okay.
And I can't. As a pastor, I can't say that.
Right.
But it's got a twist in it.
Okay.
Strange, to say the least.
Yeah. So we're pretty bad as a family watching movies at home because, like, we'll hit pause and we'll say our theories. Of like,
Amanda hates that.
Yeah.
I'm that way. I would love doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's always funny, the different theories and Like, oh, I see it this way. My niece sees it this way.
Right.
You know, my mom sees it this way. And my dad just sits there and just, laughs at all of our different theories and stuff. And then we'll watch it. And we're like, oh, none of us are right. Or, oh, hey, you got it right. You know,
Right.
and
It was a cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we watch it. It's kind of like playing Clue in real life, you know. And
Okay.
just, hey, oh, it's going to be this.
That's what I was thinking of when you said that, board games.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds like board games that you play.
Oh,
Clue
man,
and things like that.
I love playing Clue.
Uh-huh. Do you know we played it when I was in the youth group when I was younger. It's where it's one person's the killer or a werewolf or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's that one person and everybody else, nobody knows who it is.
Right.
And it's like the wink game. Like you look around, it's like if they wink at you and nobody catches it, it's like, dang. And you're like, you're dead. And
So it's we played a version of that called Mafia.
okay. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and so you have the cards and you pass them out, and you know which one's going to be the mafia, which one's going to be the doctor, which one's going to be the detective.
Right.
And in order for that game to be really good, you got to make sure that the person that is describing the game doesn't give it away.
Right.
As they're going through the different stages and the calling out the different rounds.
It's like a detective type thing where
Right.
you kind of figure it out.
But it's definitely a fun game to play.
Right.
So-
We need to play that with the youth. How many, does it like 10? Is there a max that you can only play with?
There's not. So what we used to do when I was stationed over in Korea, and we would play with about 20 of us, we would just double it. So if we're only playing, excuse me, if we're only playing with about 4 or 5 guys, you need about 6 people realistically. But if we're playing with a small number of people, then you only got one of each one.
Yeah.
And you start throwing in 20 or 30 people, then you just double it. And so you can get 2 or 3 detectives, 2 or 3
Okay.
sheriffs, healers.
Right.
And then you can have 2 mafia people.
Okay.
So it works out pretty good that way.
That's interesting. When I was growing up, I liked board games. I haven't played a lot since I've gotten older, but Bella, she likes that kind of stuff. And there's these, I didn't know. I mean, there's a huge section of them if you go into like Target or something like that.
I didn't realize how many new games there are.
Yeah. Well, they have, some of them is expensive, like up in the
Yeah.
$100 ranges. And it's where you get to pick a certain character. So it's like you're with your friends and you got to make decisions as you go. And each decision, there's a consequence and another place it takes you.
Right.
And there's an end goal that you're supposed to be
They're
getting
trying to get to, yeah.
And it's neat. And me and Bella, I think we stayed up 4 or 5 hours one night. It was like 2 years ago. And I didn't think I'd like it. And about second hour in, I'm like, don't do that. You need to go here. And
Yeah.
we're in it.
You're in the game
Yes.
now, yeah.
Yes. It's so cool, man, that they have that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We used to play Monopoly and Risk. And both those games, like
Yeah.
we would play for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And we're just constantly just going. And I mean, so anytime we try to play Monopoly now, like we always look at it and be like, how much time do we got? Okay, let's do this then.
Right. Yeah.
If we we only got a 3 hour, no, we can't.
You need some time.
Yes.
It's like a weekend thing.
Right.
Yeah. Or if you
Especially
get a holiday.
like a cold rainy day.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, cold rainy day? Perfect. Let me pull this out, put on some music in the background.
Yep. That's it.
Stay in our comfy PJs.
That's it.
You get your cup of coffee and we start playing.
And you know it's going to be a while. And I can't stand watching TV more than I can watch a movie 2 or 3 hours and then look at my phone for a little bit and X, Y, and Z. But after a little while, I'm sick of looking at screens. Like,
Yeah.
I got to go outside, and the rainy day thing, that's perfect because I
Yeah.
can't go anywhere. Let's break it out. And it's
Yeah.
going to be raining all weekend. It's going to
Right.
be pouring rain.
Right.
So that's when we get like Bella likes those games.
Yeah.
This one, we're about to get into this.
So I enjoy, especially like Christmas or Thanksgiving. You get everybody around. I really like it on Christmas. So you open up your Christmas presents and, you get to do the whole Christmas thing. And then the rest of the day, it's like, okay, well, what are we going to do the rest of the day? Well, let's stay in comfy clothes,
Yeah.
bust out some board games, and
Yes.
let's play, for the whole day, whatever the game is. And so I've done it before with the family where I bought a new board game for the family that I was like, I think we would like this. I think
Yeah.
we'd enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
And so I buy it specifically so we could play it on Christmas because I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
And, we'd get to play it and stuff. And turns out some of them are really cool, and some are like, man, what was I thinking on this one?
This wasn't what I thought.
Yeah, this did not turn out the way I thought it was going to be.
Right? Yeah, it's hit and miss. That's one of those things where you don't get to test run it. You buy what you buy.
Buying it, and you're going with it.
It's like the old school home entertainment, or I'm thinking of the Video Palace, Movie Gallery. There's the blockbuster movies, but then there's all these other ones on these different aisles.
Yeah,
and you're thinking this is cheap, and you don't know what you're going to get. Nobody's ever seen or heard of it. And sometimes you can watch one of those. It's like, that was an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Sometimes halfway through, you're like, this is stupid.
Some of those Sundance movies, you're just like,
yes,
you're like, oh, this is phenomenal. I think so. My sister, one of her favorite actors was Matt Damon, and so we watched this one movie, and I think he said like 4 words through the whole movie, but he was like on a stranded, I think it was like island or beach or something. It's very similar to Castaway, but it's kind of different. And then we're just sitting there, and we're just watching, and like halfway through, I was like, I'm done. I can't watch this anymore.
This is stupid.
I was like, there's no talking.
Yeah.
I was watching him roam around doing nothing. I was like, no, I can't finish this.
I've had movies like that. Me and Amanda, we went. That was a long time ago. It was back in my stupid days. I liked Anchorman. I thought that I loved it.
I mean, it's still one of the best comedy movies that are out there.
It's just that type of humor. Either you love it or you hate it.
Right.
I mean, there's no down the middle.
No.
It's okay. No, you either it's like, that's hilarious, or that's so stupid.
That's
I'm
stupid.
never watching that.
Right.
So Anchorman 2, when it came out, me and Amanda, that's a long time ago, we went and we watched it. And I remember about 45 minutes into it, it was cold in that theater. I was starting to fall asleep. And I was like, I hate this.
Yeah.
And me and her looked at her, let's just leave. We left like 50 minutes, not even a full hour. We got up and we left. I know some people are like, that's one of the better ones. I just didn't like it.
Right.
It was just dumb. I just couldn't get into it.
Well, for me, it was Dumb and Dumber. I loved Dumb and Dumber as a kid.
Yes.
And then so when they came out with Dumb and Dumber 2, I was so against it because it was so good. You can't remake a movie that was a classic, stupid comedy like that. And so being deployed, you got nothing to do, so you put it on, you watch it, and the whole time I'm like, man, this is stupid. I was right. I shouldn't have watched it.
Yeah. See, there's movies that we loved as kids that if we'd have seen it as an adult, I would have never gave it a second look, especially all of Jim Carrey's first things he had done.
Yes.
So I'd never seen Dumb and this sounds crazy. I saw all of his other stuff, The Mask, Ace Ventura, all that stuff, but I'd never seen Dumb and Dumber. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And about 10 years ago, me and Amanda, she said, "You never seen that?" So I watched the first one.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it, man, because I'm watching it the first time as a grown adult in my mid-30s, and I thought,
you're like, no,
I can't. This is just dumb. But if I watch another movie that he's done with a similar comedy style, but I've seen it, I get it. Like Ace Ventura or something, like, it's awesome, let's watch it.
Yeah.
It's great. But so I understand how it could be funny, but it's just...
Well, and it's funny because you see Jeff Daniels in that role, and you see him as like kind of a stupid, kind of haha. But then you watch him in Newsroom, and you're like, how is this the same guy?
Right.
So as a kid, I only saw him in that role, and then so as an adult, again, like you were saying, you go back and you watch, and you're like, man, why did I like this movie, or why? But then I started watching The Newsroom when that came out with him, and I was like, man, he's a phenomenal actor. Like, I wouldn't have ever gauged that from his role in Dumb and Dumber and how stupid he portrayed himself in that movie.
That means he's a very good actor. If he can make himself seem like he's actually that way,
right? And
then to come out of that and be like, yeah, that's not me.
Yeah, because there's a lot of actors that can't overcome their Hollywood persona of their character.
Yes.
You're always going to be typecast as a cheerleader or a bad guy or a whatever. Like, you're never going to get to play the hero role. You're always going to play the villain.
That's like Steve Carell being in the office so long. He got out because he didn't want to be stuck in character.
Right.
Like, what's his name? Carlton.
Oh.
He got stuck in character. He couldn't get jobs because of that. They couldn't see him as anything else.
Anything else other than Carlton.
But then you got guys that are just all over the board, but those are phenomenal actors. I think of people like Johnny Depp. He can do just about anything. He could do comedy. Role. He could do serious. He could do like Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's silly but serious. I like that. I mean, actors like that. And then you got guys, it's like a one-trick pony, but they're so good at it that they're going to be in a lot of movies, like Kevin Costner. He's that same dude. If he's in The Guardian, if he's in a Western, if he's in Waterworld, he's that same guy.
Yeah.
But it works in different scenarios. But it's that same type of character. But it works. He's just good at it. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, So we went down that rabbit trail.
We did. This is what happens during our everyday conversational life right here.
Yes. So this is a bonus episode. This one's for free. This one's for free. I meant to say that at the start of the show. This is the bonus one. It'll be coming out Friday. It's not going to be on Monday. And we're going to start trying to do things like that because Byron, his work schedule, it's crazy.
Crazy.
And we're going to start trying to, because I know we've been missing out. And it's not all Byron's fault. It's mine too, because I would be gone weeks at a time, 3 days at a time. It's just our youth stuff plus ministry stuff. So now that mine's kind of gotten back to normal, and Bobby, he likes doing things like this and coming in and being part of the show, I thought that way it's consistent. So we're at least having one episode a week.
Yeah.
Whether it's a bonus episode, we might have 2 a week. I mean,
right. Well, I mean, it's a typical summer life. The summer hits and everyone gets to go, and it's very hard to sync back up. And I was telling Josh, our lead pastor, earlier that it's funny how we start looking forward to school starting up so we can get back in our normal routine again.
Yes. Oh man, I hear that.
And we always think during the year, like, man, we're so busy and we got all this going on, and, work and school and blah blah blah. But actually, it's you're able to schedule things better and easier because you only have a couple moving parts.
Yes.
To where in the summertime there's so many moving parts and trying to schedule. And I was talking to somebody the other day. I said, between church things, between school things, between family things, like I've been gone every weekend.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a weekend just to be at home or to relax or whatever. And so, we're looking forward to getting that routine going again.
Yes, that's me. I've had some every weekend. Last weekend was the first one, I don't think, because it's 4th of July weekend. Now we went to our in-laws, but I haven't been like just downtime with family.
Right.
And it's like the Saturday I'm going to the VA.
Yeah.
And then next weekend, youth camp. And we're gone for a week. The week after that, kids camp.
Yeah.
The weekend after that, we're doing Light the City, yes, it's Light the City, I think. It's either the week or the week after that. We're doing the Light the City at the
I think it's the week after. I think it's like the 8th or the 9th or something.
Yeah, something like that. And then 3 days before that, we're doing the city pool.
The city pool on the
back
6th.
to school stuff.
Yeah.
And then school starts.
And then school starts on the 11th.
So my weekends, I might have one more free one before school starts. And then it goes back, like you said, to normal.
Yeah. And of course, as it gets closer and closer to school starting, we're trying to squeeze in those last minute family trips, little weekend, little getaways, we're going to spend a little more time together before we go back to the chaos of the school year.
Yes.
So, that's kind of how we are too. You got, the camps and then a couple little trips here and there. And next thing you know, it's school starting.
That's it. It's just, it's good because I say that. I want to say I'd rather be too busy than not busy at all because I get stir crazy.
Yeah.
I can't just sit inside 4 walls all day, every day. I got to get out. I got to go do stuff.
Right.
I'm an outside person. I'm a goer.
Yeah.
If I sit still for too long, I start making people around me miserable.
Yeah.
Ask Amanda. That's no joke.
Right.
Back to the shoulder surgery. I couldn't do anything for at least 3 weeks. I was just in the house.
Yeah.
Couldn't get out. Couldn't lift my arm. Had to have help with everything because I'm extremely right-handed.
Yes.
So only free hand I have is my left hand. And I mean, I can't even bowl cereal without looking weird. Like I can't do anything with my left hand.
How does
this work?
How do you people get with their left arm up to their mouth?
You want to see something funny is when Amanda, like baseball, basketball, throwing any kind of a ball. When I do it right-handed, it looks good. Right. It's pretty accurate. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty good at throwing. Well, before my surgery.
Before the surgery, yeah.
And I can still sidearm it pretty good.
Yeah.
You get me left-handed and try to get me throw it far as I can. It looks like something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
And it's funny, like we all go back to that little 3-year-old kid trying to learn how to throw for the first time.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And so it's like, okay, you're constantly thinking, okay, left arm back, right foot forward, and then I got to throw like this.
The mechanics are all messed up.
Yeah, and you're like, how? Oh.
And I do that with the football. I've done that to where I'll get it and I'll say, okay, the left arm or the right arm's dropping.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, and then I bring it this way and I start doing that same thing and something just gets all out of whack. And I'm like, that just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And I can't do it. It's just strange.
Yeah.
And as hard as I've tried to mimic the right side, something just is
So
always
we're back.
off. I'll tell you what happened really quick.
Okay.
I looked up. And on the camera, I seen where it said movie something, maximize, can't, or no, stopped recording.
Stop recording.
And I panicked because I thought we just lost all of that. We don't have half the 30 minutes we were talking, but we did.
We did.
So the last thing I remember being on there, I looked at before we put the SIM card back in there, it was us talking about the left-handedness.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly where it stopped, but this is where we're starting back now.
We're back.
So as you were saying.
Yeah. So as I was saying, just looking at like our seniors that we have right now, that large group that's getting ready to graduate after this year, and how we're not ready for it, which I don't know as adults if you're ever ready for kids to graduate and start adulthood and start their life and everything. And
that's a funny concept. You're never ready to be a parent, but then you're not ready for them to go either.
Exactly.
You're never ready for any of it.
Right. So my family and I, we went up to Kentucky for our family reunion, and we're sitting there talking, and, like my niece is going to be a junior this year and only got 2 years left.
Yeah.
And, that concept. And then we started talking about, all the different graduations. Well, I've gone to the last 2 graduations now. And they're like, oh, well, did you know people? I was like, well, 2 years ago, I knew one kid that was graduating, so I went because he's a family friend. So I went for that graduation. Last year, I knew some of the youth by being here and helping you and volunteering.
Right.
I knew some of the youth that were graduating, so I wanted to go to support them. And then next year, knowing a lot of those kids, I'm gonna be there to support them. And then the year after that is gonna be my niece's graduation, so obviously I'll be there for that. So I was like, it's kind of funny how I didn't really feel like this was a home. I didn't really feel like this was a thing or whatever. But you look back on it, it's like, well, pretty soon you're gonna have gone to like 4 years in a row of graduations.
Yeah.
And so you start looking back on that, and it's like, man, graduation's like, oh, that's gonna be scary.
Yeah.
And then. But how do you fill that void in the groups?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna have a big portion of our youth group is gonna be graduated.
Yeah.
And so that's gonna be a big hole or big shoe to fill. But like we were just talking off camera about, the next kids stepping up, that are growing up. I mean, that's shoes they're gonna step into and grow into. And you're able to see it. Our younger kids, they got a good group of younger kids. Kind of where that kind of gap is right now is our junior class to probably our 8th graders, maybe 9th graders. There's that kind of a gap. There's only like 3 or 4 of each of them going through. And then after that, our middle school, kids got a really good group there. And so I think that foundation of kids are going to kind of be like what our senior class is right now.
Yeah.
They had a good, 5 to 10 solid core ones, and they were able to grow it with getting their friends to come in. So now we got about 20, 30 of them. And I mean, we're going to have a big senior Sunday this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I've talked to other pastors that they're lead pastors now, but they were youth pastors before that. And they were in groups where they would have, and they said when I told them about my situation, they said that's very normal to have a really big class. And then for some reason, a couple classes behind that, there's like 2 or 3, and no matter how much you try to get them to come, it just doesn't grow. But 3 classes behind them, you'll have another big one. It's like it comes in waves. You'll have a big class, a couple of small classes, a huge class, and it comes in waves.
It does.
And then another pastor I spoke to, I didn't tell him anything of what the other guy had said, and he said the exact same thing. He said, "Oh yeah, man, it comes in spurts." That's how he worded it.
Spurts, yeah.
Where it'll just every other class will be bigger than the other, and it's just what happens. I think it's because it's like with us. When I came in, my daughter, she was in 8th or 9th grade, and that's the class that got big. So now they're seniors this year, and the reason I think the seniors when she was in is because that junior high class got so big, it's like, oh, it's all the small kids are there. It's not cool. And now it's a huge senior class, and the younger ones are intimidated by it. It's like it's all older kids.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the waves come in.
I think so.
I think
so, yeah.
In the really big churches, like over 1,000, they have a minister or a pastor for the junior high. They have a pastor for the senior high. So they're all big. Like they can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I see they have a structure for that. So, but we're right in that middle. So it's a pastor for all of them, and then we have a couple of adult leaders, such as yourself, and we can only do so much. But that's just how it is.
Right.
It's not good. It's not bad. It's just it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
And that's what I say. I've always prayed for God to give me the help I need for the people that. Or if it's going to grow, give me help. And I'm good with what it is. I'm good with staying at 10. I don't care as long as the people are there that God wants to be there. And as it's grown, I've got more help. So it's good. And I hate to see any of them go. I think about Ty and Landon and the seniors, Lance. I think about the seniors, and there's more. I'm not going to say all of them because I'm going to miss some of them.
Right.
And I'm going to miss them this year, and it's already starting. I mean, it's that, man, there's going to be a hole there. There's going to be a missing spot.
Yeah.
And then next year, when they graduate this time of year, the big class gone.
Yeah.
Huge hole. And it's not because they're more special. There's just a lot more of them.
Right.
It's a lot. That's a big open space. There's nobody sitting there anymore.
Yeah.
And in the faces, I look around, I think, well, this person, they're all these faces aren't going to be in here in a year from right now. And then the year after that, Brielle, your niece, and all those guys, like it's just every year. Yeah. But there's going to be people coming up into those spots. So it's not like it's gone for.
It's not that it's gone forever. It's just.
Yeah, it's just going to be painful. Once a year, it's going to be like taking a knife out, like, oh,
right,
it hurts. But it's a good thing. I'm glad they're moving on and maturing and taking that next step.
And I think as with them growing and maturing, where you're allowing them to do and lead different lessons on Wednesdays, and so not only are they getting comfortable speaking in front of people, getting getting
we are big on that about them speaking in front of their peers.
Yeah,
they do it everywhere they go.
So that's going to help them. They're studying in the Word for preparing for the message that they're going to talk about, and a lot of times, a few of them have told me they're like, man, I want to do it, but I just don't know what to talk about.
Right.
And so I've told them before, like, well, if that's the case, you got a couple of different options, a couple of different ways to do it. You can just kind of just pray, like, what do you want me to say right now? Like, what is something that you're going to put on my heart that needs to be said? And then the other option, I said, talk to the adults. Like, ask them, like, hey, I really want to do this, but I don't really know what topic to kind of go on. I said, it's kind of the same thing about your essays. I said, you got to write an essay at school. Well, the teacher gives you a topic to write on. Yeah. So you don't have to think about, okay, but you do the research on it and you're able to put your time into writing that paper. I said, the same thing with here. I said, we can help you and give you a topic, and then you do the research after that and go forth and put together your message. That's right. I said, so you're not losing any aspect of being able to do it because someone gave you a message or a topic to talk about. Yeah. We're just starting you on the track and letting you go. Yes. And so by doing that and by letting them do this, they're growing and they're able to get more comfortable in the Word, to be able to spread the gospel to people, which kind of led into last night's message with Reagan, talking about ruins.
I knew we would come back to it eventually. Yeah. I knew
how we get there.
We opened up the episode because I looked down. And I was like, man, because there was a gap there where we had to go and do the SIM card thing, but we've been going about 40-ish minutes. Yeah. And I thought we may or may not talk about what we originally were going to talk about, but I like how you reined it back in.
We reined it back in.
Dude, you're good. That was a good transition.
We'll come around.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think the first segment was What's Up With You?
Yes.
that's a good one.
That's how we went down to the other rabbit hole.
Right. I don't know what you'd call that segment, but, that's what we start doing. We'll just open up with a segment of What's Up With You? Yeah. And then I'll have some cool little music, and then that's how we'll get into our main topic. But, the ruin, Reagan, when he was talking about that last night, and he's a ninth grader? He's 15, yeah. And he'll be in 10th grade next year.
He'll be in 10th grade,
He'll be 16, that's right. So like we was telling you guys, we like them, we encourage them. I don't push them. I encourage them to get out of their comfort zone, to speak in front of their peers, to pray in front of their peers, and even to give lessons, because the best form of me learning Scripture is when I'm teaching it. Because I got to know it. I got to really dig in, because I don't want to go into something that I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And I think that's dangerous, especially as teaching God's Word. Like that, you have to do your due diligence and study it. And I tell them that before they do. And so about a year ago, I encouraged him about do you want to do a lesson sometime? And he ended up doing it, and then he liked it. So now I think he's done 2 since then. And it was about ruined. And the way I would lead off if I was the one giving the lesson, God ruined my life. And it's like, what? Like that's just like a punch to the face. Like that just sounds heretical. That doesn't sound good at all. But it's the way that the lesson goes into it. He ruined my old life.
Your old life.
I don't like the things I used to like. I don't want the things I used to want, the places I used to go, the things I used to do, the songs I used to sing, all those X, Y, and Z fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Because now I hate those things. I hate that sin. And when I'm around it, it makes me sick to my stomach.
Right.
God ruined that for me. And so it being ruined is a good thing.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of the basis of what his lesson was about last night. It was about 20 minutes, give or take. And then when I got up there, I just kind of added on to, expounded what he had originally said. And I did it from a 40-year-old's point of view as opposed to a teenager's point of view. But it's still all the same. It all tied in. It was still good stuff.
Absolutely.
And and this is kind of side note, when I like Reagan's heart, because everywhere he goes, he tries to find a way to talk about Jesus, talk about Scripture. And it's like when he was talking about certain camps that you can go to, and they say, well, you can't talk about religion when you're in these groups. And he still does it anyways. And he'll do it in a sneaky way that's it's like, oh, yeah, because they're talking about certain things like this song. There's a song about that. And then he'll talk about the song from Mercy Me and Even If. And it explains that, and it talks about these things. And he's able to get it in there in a way that opens it up to where he can speak about it. And he's always looking for opportunities. That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Especially at 15 years old.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's it. I took a lot away from last night. What did you take away from it?
I would say my biggest takeaway from that last night, because I wasn't quite prepared for that either. But I really liked how it forces you to acknowledge the fact that your old life is ruined now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, like, we get carried away of, oh, I'm saved now, or I'm a Christian now, but we never think about the concept of, well, I walked away from my old life. My old life is ruined now. Like, this is my new life. This is my new path. And, so we start talking about baptism. And everyone's like, oh, you got to be baptized, this and that, to be saved, and which is not true. What the baptism symbolizes is, here's my old life. Mm-hmm. I'm getting baptized, and I'm washing away my sins. I'm washing away my old life, and I'm standing up before everybody now, and I'm saying, here's my new life, and this is where I'm going. Mm-hmm. And so we think about that, but we never really look at it or tie it into, God did ruin my life. He ruined my old life, like you were saying. Mm-hmm. And so I really liked that, and I was sitting there and I was thinking about it, because being an older person now, we've lived some life, and hasn't always been the prettiest or the best or down the right path and the right road, and it's not until you get confronted and God really confronts you of, hey man, we said we were doing this. We said we're going down this road over here, but yet you're continuing down this path over here. You never turned away from your old life.
Yeah.
So where are we at? What are we doing? And then so God gives you those obstacles to be like, you were right. Like, I really do need to turn away. Mm-hmm. And you did ruin my old self, my old way of life. And so I really do need to turn away and start walking down this other path over here. And so I really like that. Because again, there are times I feel like we sugarcoat things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I feel like we try to just put a little fairy dust on it, and all right, we're good. We're gonna
sprinkle some Jesus in there. Yeah.
I can still do what I want to do because I'm gonna wake up and I can repent, and He's gonna forgive me for all my sins. I mean, that's what y'all say all the time. So, but again, is my heart changed?
Right.
Did my heart really change, and am I really wanting to change?
Yeah, that's it. And it makes me think of what we say matters 100%. What we say matters. But we've had lessons, and it was in the last month, about being doers of the word, not hearers only, lest you deceive yourself. Mm-hmm. We can talk a big talk. It's like you were saying, we can say all these things, but what are we doing? Well, is what we do, and did I actually turn from that? Or am I still doing those things? I say I belong to Jesus. I say I'm saved. But do the fruits of my life show that? Is there evidence of it in what I'm doing, what I'm saying, what I'm watching, what I'm listening to? You can just keep going down that road, and it doesn't have to be a big overnight change. Some things take time. I mean, because you might have an issue with, hit my finger and I said a word I shouldn't have said, and it's like, oh man, I knew it. I just cussed. I just sinned. And you're frustrated with it. That's okay, because we fight our sin. We struggle with it.
Right.
It's good to struggle with it.
We're going to sin every day.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be a struggle, but the fact that you hate it now, it's like, I hate that I just said that. I hate that I just thought that thought, or I've watched that show and I knew I shouldn't have done that, and you struggle with it. It's a fight. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you're supposed to struggle with it.
Because you're acknowledging it.
Yeah, not just being like, you know what, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to plan out this sin, and then I'm going to do it. I know I'm forgiven.
Yeah.
I know God will forgive what I'm about to do, so I'm about to enjoy it. That's not good.
You were talking last night when you read that one verse.
I got it.
Yeah. You should go ahead and read that for them.
I highlighted in here. It's 2 Corinthians chapter 5. And the reason I highlight it so I could go back to it, because I don't actually have it memorized. I know the gist of it, but I'd rather say it.
Oh, absolutely.
In its full entirety. Just give me 1 second. I've highlighted in my Bible app, which, by the way, quick plug, if you don't have the Bible app, get it. It's great.
Yes.
I'm sorry. This is going to take me just a second. Where do you see your highlighted stuff at?
That is a good question.
Here we go. Okay. I can find what I've highlighted in the past. Sorry. I'm still looking through here. Okay. Corinthians chapter 5, verses 10 through 11. And it says, Paul writes this, "For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each one may receive what is due for what he has done in the body, whether good or evil." So people don't like thinking about Judgment Day. There's going to be a day when I'm about to have to give an account of everything I've done, whether good or bad. Everybody thinks it's just going to be a big, I'm about to hammer you on everything you've done bad. It's good or bad. You're going to give an account for all things.
Right.
And that's a serious thing. And what I'm about to read is the part that convicts me the most about all of it. It says, "Therefore, knowing the fear of the Lord." And this is what I was telling them last night. No one today, and I say no one, just society, just looking at an overall look at the world, no one has a fear of the Lord, a healthy fear, a reverent fear of the Lord anymore. Like, there are so many shameless acts, people putting it out there on the internet, just the way that we treat one another. If we had a true fear of God, with everything will look completely different.
Completely different.
We have no fear of God. And I need a healthier dose of that myself, because I can fly off the handle or think things, or, just being a human living in the flesh.
Right.
And if I had a healthier dose of fear of God, I might be able to rein some of that back. Right. Because if you're actually scared, okay, why don't we commit murder and take God out of the picture? That sounds horrible, but let's just take God out of the picture for a second. From an atheist standpoint, why am I not going to kill someone? Because I don't want to go to prison.
I don't want to go to prison.
I am actually scared of that place. I do not want to live there the rest of my life.
Right.
I have a healthy fear of prison.
Yes.
I do not want to go there, so I'm going to abide by the laws. I might want to do certain things,
but I abide by the law.
Yeah. Because I'm scared of prison. I have a healthy fear, a respectful fear of the consequence about what I'm about to get.
Right.
And I think that's God. We should have a healthy fear of what's coming.
I don't want to go live my life in hell.
Yes.
I want to go live in heaven with God.
Right.
So that needs to be my healthy fear.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I'm living the right life. When I account for my life in front of God, that He can look at it and said, "Well done, my good and faithful servant."
Yes. And it's even down to the minor things where in Scripture it talks about how we're going to give an account for every word we say.
Yes.
And that's what in Proverbs and all these other places in Scripture it talks about, being slow to speak, quick to hear, slow to anger. What is that? James chapter 1, verse 19. So if you just there's so many places in the Proverbs, and those are the books of wisdom, Proverbs, James.
Yeah.
So when you hear the verses talking about how we're going to be judged by every word we say, in Scripture it talks about all the time, stop talking so much. It's going to lead you into sin. Watch what you say, and that's just your words, not your actions.
Yeah.
And
I think today, like, we do society tells us that we're all a victim of something.
Oh yeah, the victimhood mentality.
We are victims of everything. And so for me, I do have PTSD. I do have anger issues and trauma from my time in the military and the things that I've done during my deployments. And am I afraid to talk? Never. No. Like, I mean, that's life. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always open to talk about that. But I've learned over the last couple of years, and really recently, of sitting down and talking to therapists about a lot of the different things.
Yeah.
There's different techniques that they talk about on, how do you deal with your anger issues? How do you deal with, your quick temper and this and that? And so for me, one of the things that I've noticed is the closer I am with God in my walk, the less urge to fly off the handle.
Yeah.
How quick to anger I am, or I mean, I still get frustrated. I still get angry. I mean, that's life. But my triggers are not as extreme and as intense as they are when I'm not walking with God.
Yeah.
So when I'm not walking with God and my walk is not where it needs to be, I realize, like, man, all these things are flooding in. But when I'm closer in my walk with God and I'm putting on the full armor of God every day, then I'm able to fight off some of the triggers and temptations and the things that are still happening out there. And one of the things I like when I was talking with my therapist, we always talk about mind and body. And that's how, things, this and that. And so I really liked how my therapist had pointed out, well, your soul's in there too, like mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
And she goes, now, everyone takes soul as a different thing. And she was like, but, some people take it as spiritual. And I was like, well, I take it as very spiritual.
Yeah.
And so does she. And so we were able to go down that rabbit hole of having conversations, about, well, where are you at with your devotionals? Where are you at with reading the Bible? Where are you at with your prayer life? And so, she's challenged me to get better in my devotional time.
Yeah.
And so every couple of weeks when, we have our sessions, it's the other things that she wants me to do with mind and body. It's like, okay, cool. Little checklist. I'm checking I'm trying to, cause I want to meet the standard that she put out there for the 2 weeks. But when it comes to the soul aspect, I'm not doing it for the checklist now. I'm doing it. I want to get closer to God. I want to continue my walk with God.
It's for God.
I want to continue my relationship and get my relationship right. So it's not a check the box kind of thing. And so I like how she's able to hold me accountable with my walk with God.
Yeah.
And so I think that's some of the things with this, if we could have that healthy fear of the Lord and we're able to affect our sphere of influence and getting our influence to be able to fear God, then we might start seeing a change in the world.
Yes, absolutely. And it starts with us.
Mm-hmm.
It starts in the house of God.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with his people.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to do it.
No.
I mean, if it's a struggle for us as Christians who know what to do and truly believe it, and we struggle with these things, the outside world's not going to do that.
No, not at all.
And it starts with us.
Yeah.
But yes, that healthy fear of the Lord. And remember when I did the sermon on unity, I thought about this as you were talking. It made me think. It's something that I had said about how Jesus already won the battle, won the war for our souls.
Oh, I already did, yeah.
So that's something the enemy can't do. He can't steal my soul.
Right.
He's not going to take what Jesus has bought and paid for, covered by his blood. We can never lose our salvation.
Right.
And I know people that believe that. I'm kin to people that believe that, that you can lose your salvation. I'm not trying to get in a debate or an argument about that, but no. And they said, well, you got free will. If you can decide if you can choose to have it, you can choose to lose it.
Right.
And I said, if you choose to truly have it, then you've made a decision for life that's who your Lord and Savior is, and you're always going to be saved. And the people the people that say, you know what, I tried the Christianity thing, I used to be it, that's not for me. And and most people know what I'm going to say. That means you weren't a Christian to begin with.
Yeah, absolutely.
That you weren't actually a child of God.
Your name was never in the book of life.
That's it. Because once it's in there, it will never be taken out.
Right.
So aside from that, he's won the war for our souls. So what is left to come after? you had just said those words, your mind and your body.
Yep.
Because you were talking about how it's the spiritual aspect of it. So he's going to come after your mind. He's going to tempt you like he did Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come after your body like he did Job. I mean, there's all these things that he can come after and break you down.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to stop. I've
No,
had
not
talks
at all.
with youth that have issues and things like that. And that's kind of the road we go down, is how you're saved, you're secured. God's got you in his hands. But that's not going to keep you from the evil in this world. Jesus was affected by it. We're going to be affected by it. If he was affected by sin, even though he knew no sin, we are definitely going to be affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that you can do, that my wife can do, that my parents can do, that's going to keep me from getting affected. I'm not saying that's going to lead me into sin, but I'm still going to be affected by it. There's just
absolutely.
no way.
Yeah.
If there's an evil man driving down the road that I don't see and he hits me, that wasn't God's plan.
Right.
That was just evil, came out of nowhere and hurt me.
Right.
And now, can God use it to his glory? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Can the devil use it in a way that discourages me so bad that I don't want to go to church anymore? I don't want to be in ministry anymore. See, I believe there's a choice in that I could make.
Right. Absolutely.
So, yes, I believe there are choices.
Mm-hmm.
But if you truly belong to God, you're going to stay with him.
Right.
Sorry. But I was going to read the rest of that because
No,
I was
go ahead.
almost done with it.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I just hit a button. Okay, here we go. I found it. So, therefore, knowing the fear of the Lord, and the last part of that sentence is, we persuade others. That's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're supposed to persuade others to have fear of the Lord. And like I said, it starts with us.
Yeah.
And then we start persuading others.
Mm-hmm.
And the last sentence of this, it says, but what we are is known to God. So everything that we are, he knows.
He already knows.
We can't, I can fake it to you. I can fake it to my wife, the youth, our congregation, the lead pastor, and just look like this dude who I know I'm not.
Right.
But God knows. And that's what I love about. Therefore, knowing the fear of the Lord, we persuade others. But what we are is known to God. And I hope, this is Paul speaking, and I hope it is known also to your conscience. Something that can prick your conscience, something that bothers you that you did so bad that you want to repent from it. So he also hopes that it's known to our own conscience, that what we're doing should bother us.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely should. And, you know, it goes back to all the time we teach our kids, or we teach people, you know, right and wrong and, you know, all this other stuff. And you're like, well, I feel bad. And, you know, I did this. Well, why do you feel bad? That's your conscience, because your conscience knows you weren't supposed to do that thing. And, you know, as a child, it could be something small or trivial, or, you know, you shouldn't have said that mean thing to, you know, your sibling or your parents or whatever. And, you know, and then as adults, like, I shouldn't have gone and partied that, you know, I shouldn't have taken these drugs. I shouldn't have done this. Like, it's your conscience telling you,
Yes.
you shouldn't be doing this.
Yes.
And the way you get that is, again, you know, God ruined my old life.
That's it. That's it. He ruined it. You can't look at it the same. You don't want it, and you'd
Yeah.
rather live something new. And that's what I would say, because the lesson, when God ruins it and you don't want it anymore, and you take it out of your life, that thing's gone now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I was saying last night. He's going to put something better in its place.
And so when you were saying that last night to the kids, this reminded me of God's going to close doors that needs to be closed, and he's going to open doors that need to be open.
Mm-hmm.
And you're never going to know what those are until you get right with God.
That's right.
And once you get right with God, he's got the master key, and he's going to start coming through, and he's going to start locking doors, and then he's going to start unlocking doors that need to be unlocked.
That's it.
And you're never going to know what that is until you're right with God.
That's so true, man. That's deep. I mean, I 100% agree with that. There are times when, like, surrender to the ministry, I didn't know what that was going to look like. Terrified me beyond all belief.
Yeah.
I couldn't see those doors that you're talking about. I didn't know what was behind those.
Yeah.
All I knew is this one's got to be shut,
Mm-hmm.
and then this one's going to be open. And
Yeah.
then once it was opened, I could see only so far.
Right.
And then I had to make and I'm still making decisions.
Oh, you have to.
Surrendering to God's will, and it's scary. And what do I do in this
Right.
situation?
Yeah.
Just be faithful and do what I told you and see what happens.
Absolutely. And it goes back to one of the lessons I did with the youth while you were in Africa. We were talking about the Lord's Prayer, and there's a part in there where give us this day our daily bread.
Yeah.
And I was telling them, I said, you know, it says daily bread. It doesn't say a forever bread. It doesn't say a monthly bread or a yearly bread. It says daily bread. I said, because it's every day I am reliant on the Lord for him to provide what I need for the day. And so I'm going to pick up my cross every day and follow him. And he's going to take care of what I need for the day. He's going to provide for the day, to where if I start saying, well, why don't I get it for the year? Or why don't I have it for eternity? Or why do I have to do this? It's because I have to choose every day that I'm going to be reliant on him. If I don't have to choose I'm going to be reliant on him, then what's the point?
Right.
Like, I've got to be reliant on the Lord and expect him to provide for me every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and we can't complain when God does provide.
mm-hmm.
This is it.
Yeah.
And this is what I've been waiting on.
Yeah.
I think about the Israelites complaining about, we were better off in Egypt.
In Egypt.
We
Yeah.
were better off back there than this.
Mm-hmm.
God doesn't like that.
No.
And what he does, he sends fiery serpents.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's another.
Right.
That's a lesson in and of
That's a
itself.
whole other lesson.
And I wanted to for another day.
Another day.
Yeah, we'll stick with what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm good.
I'm good.
For those of you who don't know, right now it is 12:30. We've been in here for about an hour and 20 minutes. And my stomach starts growling at 12.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but I usually eat lunch from 12 to 1, somewhere in there.
Yes.
I'm good, man. I could stay in here all day and talk. I'm good with it.
We could talk. I mean, and again, for those that are, watching for the first time or listening for the first time, this is me and Jared's relationship.
Yeah.
We kind of just start talking, and we just start going down rabbit holes.
Yeah.
I mean, we started in his office. We were talking about our military time, transition to, movies and throwing a baseball.
Yeah.
I know as you guys were listening to this at the beginning, like, how is this going to tie into something about God? Like, y'all are talking way random stuff.
But you did it.
But
it was good.
We did it. But
that was all you.
This is kind of us, man. That's just how Jared and I are, and
yeah,
we just go down rabbit holes.
Like when we went to Rector, we're in the vehicle together for 7 hours one way, 7 hours back the other way.
Yeah,
and it was good. Yeah. And you know what I told Amanda? I was talking about all that, and I said, I have friends. I love them to death.
Yeah,
and I do anything for them. But you can be around them for about 24 hours, and it's like, I'm good. You're good.
Hey, we did our time. Like, you go do you again, I'm going to go do me again, and then we'll reconvene in a little bit.
And you can really, when you're around someone, that's when you can test your friendship, relationship, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That's how I know I love the youth. You can put me around them a whole week. Literally, I'm around them 24 hours a day for a week, and I still love them. I still care about them, and I still have fun with them.
Right.
So when we were together for 3 days in a vehicle, by the way. That's a small space for 14 hours. And I was good. Time went by. It flew. We had a great time, a great week. And Amanda's calling, so.
I mean, she heard you call her name.
I know. Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
But
there it is.
It is. It's good. It's good getting around other brothers and sisters in Christ and just having a good time and connecting. And I didn't even know that. I mean, I knew of Bobby for years.
Yeah.
And then when you retired and started getting plugged in here all the time, that's when I actually got to know you. And I was like, man,
absolutely.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same with you and Amanda. The family had known y'all for years. And, they tell stories and talk about it. And I'm like, I just only know by names, didn't really know y'all. And over the last year, I've gotten to know both y'all, and then, Bella and Sawyer. And it's been great getting to know the family now.
That's how I knew you was through Brielle.
Yeah.
Because she would talk about, Uncle Bobby. And then that's how I knew of you or knew you.
Yeah.
And what she said is true.
Yeah. Hopefully that's a good thing.
It is. It's good. It's
yeah.
good. But, yeah, man, you got anything you want to add to end it?
The only thing I would say is, again, shout out to Byron. Thanks for letting us be here to do a quick little bonus session.
Yeah.
And, I mean, this is my third podcast now, and I come to find out I actually like this.
It's fun, right?
Never knew I would actually enjoy doing a podcast.
It's therapeutic.
This is very fun, and so I've enjoyed it, and I enjoy being able to talk about God with you, and hopefully the listeners are getting something out of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I just like being able to talk about God.
Yeah. Awesome. So. Good stuff. And that's what I like about this show. It's something you can listen to with the kids in the room.
Yeah.
And it's good. Like you can and sometimes I like, and this is weird, I like listening to people from the 90s just talk about video games and stuff like
Yeah.
that in the background while I'm working.
Well, yeah.
When I'm doing stuff like
yeah.
menial tasks, copies, or going outside working on vehicles, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I love that game. That was cool. And I can just listen to it. And if Sawyer's hearing it, oh well, so what?
Yeah.
It's a good show. So like the first 30, 45 minutes we were talking wasn't about God or anything. It's just about daily life. And some people like just to listen to that during their drive. And, but eventually we are going to talk about God. Sometimes that's all we talk about.
Right.
But again, bonus episode. So I enjoy just getting to talk, and I don't know. It's something I look forward to every week. And I do thank you, Byron, for just being cool with everything. And thank you, Bobby, for just being open, willing to come in here and be a part of it. And I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really hard to do a podcast by yourself. I did a couple there to start the season 2 off. And to be honest with you, I didn't really like it. It's just strange.
Because you got to have that back and forth. You got to be able to bounce things off, and you're going to think of something because of what somebody else said.
Yes.
And so where if it's just you, you're like, I feel like you got to script it out. And then you're sitting here and you're just looking at the camera the whole time. You're like, man, this is super weird. Like, I think I'm having a conversation, but who am I talking to right now? And it's
a gift. Some people can do it.
Yeah.
Like it's just them and it's engaging and they like it.
Yeah.
I tried and I thought maybe I can, maybe I'll like this. Halfway through the episode, I realized I did not like it.
I don't like it. No.
It's a good stuff, like the one I talk about, John 3:16, and it is. I have my iPad that way I can keep my thought process because I have nothing to go off of. I don't have anybody to feed off of.
Right.
So I got enough to where I know it's at least going to be 30, 45 minutes.
Right.
And I can talk about anything for that long on my own, but it's not as good or as engaging as when you have someone in here to just kind of bounce back and forth.
Oh, absolutely.
So I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I said it makes my job easier, but this ain't my job. I don't get paid to do this.
No, not at all.
It makes my time in here
Make your time in
much
here
easier and much more pleasant.
Yeah.
So, but like, yes, if you're in the area of DeQueen, Arkansas, we'd love to have you here at First Baptist Church DeQueen. Our phone number here is 642. Well, I'll start off with the area code 870-642-2151, and our address is 1535 West Colin Ray Drive, DeQueen, Arkansas 71832. So there, if you're in that area, if you feel comfortable driving, you don't have a church home, because we're not trying to pull people out of churches to come here. We want people who don't go to any church to come here. If you want to know about God, come here. If you got questions, come here. If you just want to see what the church looks like on the inside, come in here. You want a tour of the podcast room, which isn't very big, come here. Just whatever. We want you to come here and just so we can get to know you and speak with you and hopefully get to grow in the Lord with you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ultimate goal.
So, I mean, we're here on Sundays, 9:30 is worship service.
That's right.
So
$9:30.
come here Sunday at 9:30.
And then we get done around lunch, 12 o'clock. Yeah. And also we have Hispanic services.
Yeah.
So if you got parents and they can't speak English or something like that, bring them. And they start around 12:30 or 1 o'clock, something like that. So after we leave.
I think, well, they start, their small group, I think, is like around 11:15.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And then
the main service starts at 12 after we're out of there.
Yeah.
So, but if you have any questions about that, again, message us. You can message the Vertical Podcast Facebook page, First Baptist DeQueen, Bobby Cooper, Jared Morphew. You can just send us a Facebook message and we can answer all that stuff. But we got something for everybody, and whether it be English or Spanish, we got all that stuff. So that's great, man.
Absolutely.
I'm good.
Loved it. Thank y'all.
Yes. Bonus episode. Yes. Now, how do I play it out? Do I play it out with like rock and roll music, or do I just do the regular at the end? Dun, 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 and it shows it. I don't know. Or rap? I don't know.
What you could do is you could do the end of that Skillet song that Reagan played last night, that female version.
The thing is, it's got to be in. I don't know if I can put that. It's copyrighted. It's got to be certain songs I can put with the video at the end. See what I'm saying? I can do a genre of music.
Even if it's just the beat?
I don't know. I can look for it, like the instrumental version of it. I'll try, but if not, what genre? And you can also put in the comments which one you would like in the intros, outros, because I can control the genre of music of what we're being.
Yeah.
Now the graphics will still be the same, but I can put in that genre.
Yeah. I would say for this little bonus one, let's go a little upbeaty.
Upbeaty? Do you want it to be like Fun in the Sun type feel, or?
I mean, that's always a good beat too.
All right, we'll go upbeat, and then the next one we'll do creep. I'm kidding. I was like creepy, but yes, thank you so much. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Later.